What's good, y'all? It's your boy Real Spill DJL.
And it's the Kid Raw.
And you tuned into the
A
Daily
Daily
Dose,
Dose.
Volume 1.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's so good to be back with y'all. It's been a minute. It's been a while.
We
How
had to
y'all been?
Yeah. We had to take a
y'all
little break.
Yeah, you know how it go. Man, so much new stuff happening. We're going to get into that. But I want to introduce our guest. You know, a good friend of the show. Pretty much like family to us.
Yeah,
Cap.
so
Tony Cabral.
yes, sir. What's up, boys?
How you doing, man? How you
Doing
living?
good, man.
How's
Doing
your
good.
mental health?
Out here living, man. Out here living. Nothing major.
Okay. All right, so that's good to hear. Well, how I usually like to start these off, we do the show by segments and we break it down in quarters. So first quarter is just basically getting to know you. Second quarter, we're gonna get into the meat of it, stocks, bonds. You know, we're gonna talk about it. Then third quarter, we're gonna do sports, entertainment, and fourth quarter, we're gonna wrap it up. All right. So
Sure.
first quarter, who is Tony Cabral? Tell us about your upbringings. Bring us up to speed on who you are.
Yeah, for sure. So as y'all know, or most of y'all know, most people watching will know, I was raised in Austin. I was actually born in Illinois, which a lot of people don't actually
Wow,
know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was actually born in Illinois, but I moved to Austin when I
Me
was
too.
very, very young. So pretty much, I say born and raised here. I'm an Austinite, through and through in my blood. But yeah, man, that's, I grew up, actually kind of had I feel like a pretty unique upbringing. When I was younger, my parents were separated. So when I was younger, I grew up actually on a pretty much kind of like the upper middle class, side of Austin, actually in South Austin. So, I lived in a pretty affluent, neighborhood. But for most people that do know me know that when I was 12, my mom passed away. So I ended up moving and living with my dad. And so we kind of had me and my sister, my younger sister. I have 3 sisters and a brother. But my full blood sister, Christina, most of y'all know her as well. She was with me through high school and all that kind of stuff. So y'all are pretty well acquainted with her. So her and I actually ended up moving with my dad. And, just to keep it plain and honest, we were not in such a great side of Austin. We grew up on the south side of Austin there as well. But in a much less affluent side of Austin, really on the ghetto side of St. Elmo.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's it's not a terrible place, but it's not the best place either. So I lived down there for probably I want to say 4 or 5 years before I moved up to North Austin. And I started going to school. Actually, once I attended McCallum, which is where we all went to high school. That was actually the first school that I had stayed at for more than a year since I left elementary.
Okay.
So all 3 years of middle school, I changed middle schools every single year. So I went from Bedichek, I went from Bailey my 6th grade year, then to Bedichek my 7th grade year, and then I finished out middle school at Dobie. Which again, if y'all don't know, Dobie, super ghetto. I hated it. It was the worst. I literally hated Dobie. It was the worst. And then started attending McCallum. Went all 4 years there, graduated, went to college.
Talk to us about what you got into at McCallum, because that's gonna play a part in the show too. We need to know what sports was you into, Tony?
Oh yeah, so for sure. So I really did several different sports. I played football, played baseball. I also wrestled as well as running track. So I only wrestled for a year. I wrestled for my freshman year, even though I was good at it. I actually, in one of the matches, I kind of displexed my kneecap.
I remember that.
And it was literally after that I decided I was going to quit because I was more focused on football and baseball, and I didn't want to ruin my chances of playing. to wrestle, because wrestling I knew that was not something that I was going to do long term. It was just something that I was good at and that I enjoyed doing. So yeah, played football, baseball, ran track.
What position did you play in each sport?
Football, man. So if we go through, we'll stick with the varsity level. At the varsity level,
run through all of it. Run through all of it.
Okay, we can go through all of it. So my freshman year, I played. I was quarterback for the freshman team, and then I also played weak safety. My sophomore year, I was again quarterback, weak safety, and I played half of the year of my sophomore year. Well, I would say I played I think four of the 10 games up on the varsity level. So I was a backup. I didn't really have a prominent role. As y'all know, we had some really, really good players at the time.
Very talented.
Especially defensively. In my position, we had Keegan Bell, who at the time was like Mr. Do-It-All superstar.
Yeah.
Thought he was going to go on to be a crazy good athlete in college, which didn't pan out. Doesn't pan out for a lot of people. So that's no knock on Keegan. He was still a fantastic athlete. But yeah, so sophomore year, it was my junior year actually is when I got moved up to varsity full time. I was the starting strong safety. Pretty much immediately. I started my entire junior year under Coach Carey. As a lot of people hated Coach Carey. I personally loved him. I thought he was a badass football coach. Though I understand that at the time with high school students and high school kids, especially the kind of kids I felt like that we had on our team, not everybody can conform to his style of coaching, right. Which, that's part of his job though, is to conform to the students around him.
I mean, but yes and no, you can't please everybody, man. You always gonna have somebody mad at you about something, especially when you're dealing with young, impressionable kids at 15 to 17 years old. Like,
exactly.
It's no way you're gonna be everybody's favorite.
Man, at that time, everybody's going through stuff. Everybody's going and learning about themselves and learning who they are, and family life is different across every single kid. So you never really know the situations, but that being said, I personally found him to be an excellent coach. I learned a lot from him and Coach G. Coach G, hands down my favorite. Shout out Coach G for real. Hands down my favorite coach ever to walk through McCallum. I love that dude.
That's strong. Okay, I love Coach G too. Okay.
Yeah, I love Coach G. He was a really, really cool dude. Obviously, Coach Raymond.
I love Coach Raymond.
Coach Raymond. I love Coach Raymond as well. I was devastated when he left. Man.
That hurt.
That
he
one
rounded us
that
up.
One hurt. Yeah, that one hurt.
He pulled the Magic Johnson on us, Tony. I ain't gonna be here next year. I ain't gonna be here.
But I understand. Again, that was one of those things that back at the time I was like, man, fuck this dude. Like he just left. He skipped out. Now,
he was really feeling like that.
As a man and as an adult, I'm like, shit, I would have been out faster than he was. To be honest, if I was, given the opportunity that he was given.
Yeah, Stony Point, way more money, better opportunity. Why not?
Absolutely, and not only that, but at the time he had a chance to go to a different school that was not very good. It was kind of a brand new school.
Yeah.
Had the opportunity to go and change that program around, make something of himself, and And from my point of view, I don't know if this is how he thought about it, but the way I would have thought about it is if I could turn this program around, I'm going to get seen by a university, which is where I would want to go for my next step.
For sure.
Definitely.
But he was a little older though, so I don't. You think he was thinking like that?
Definitely, and he getting seen by bigger places.
You think so still?
I mean, you got to think about it. When it comes to coaching, it's a slow progress. You have to start. And most of them start in the high school ranks unless you have connections. And it takes, 5 to 10 years before you actually get an opportunity to move up, usually. Now, there are anomalies where you have coaches that are crazy good at what they do, especially, depending on the school that you're at. If he had been coaching at Lake Travis or something like that, he would have. And he had the kind of success with that program as he did with ours. He would have been a university coach. Off rip, easily.
You're
Definitely.
right.
But I know.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Tony, but I want to push us through. If you could get to other sports too, because I do want to get into the stocks. So I want to get into that for sure. So baseball, I didn't even know you played baseball.
Why didn't I play baseball?
No, I didn't know you did play baseball. You said you did.
Oh,
right?
yeah. So
okay.
I played my first 2 years. It was my freshman and sophomore year.
Okay.
Yeah, I played my freshman and sophomore year. To this day, I still have I don't want to say disdain, but there's a lot of things that I didn't agree with that happened in the program. And I can tell you personally, I won't name any names, but my sophomore year or my junior year, I actually I got cut after tryouts, and I literally had, and you could talk to my parents. I probably had 30 or 40 parents emailing my parents asking what happened, why I'm not on the team, why is such and such on the team, but I'm not, this, that, and the other,
Politics
and that's neither here nor there.
That level, that's just
certain.
Sports supposed to be the
it's
best
politics.
meritocracy.
It's politics at the high school level. A lot of the kids, that were on McCallum's roster, their parents were part of the boosters.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's just
that'll get you on.
With McCallum, it is a major booster. It's a major booster school. If your family is affiliated with the boosters, chances are you're gonna be up there. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. That's how I go, man.
Money make the world go round.
Money talk. You know what I'm talking about? It's politics at the K level. Honestly, at Taifa level, there's politics. So
not wrong, because look, they got shows about it now. Anytime people has got a whole show about something, some revenue is being made from this.
Facts.
So that, for sure.
And like I said, I knew at the time that it wasn't right because I knew my skill level. And to be honest with you, like completely transparent, I was way better at baseball than I was playing football.
What
I just like
you playing baseball?
I really did a lot of everything. I played catcher, center field, third base, shortstop. Okay. I pitched.
Yeah.
I really was like, I could be played anywhere, which is what made my talent level, in my opinion, that good. Is because I could be put at any position and excel.
What's crazy is a lot of baseball players are like that, though. A lot of baseball players able to move around and do a lot of the same things. It's different, like than football, where you take a completely different skill set to move to a different position.
Yeah.
Whereas in baseball, you're kind of doing a lot of the same type of movement, so it doesn't really affect.
It's baseball is a lot more of like your agility and hand-eye coordination than anything.
Yeah.
Football is a lot physicality. You got to be big enough. You got to be fast enough. You got to be strong enough. Baseball, you don't got to be none of that. You just got to be able to hit the ball and field the ball.
Yeah, but it's tough.
I say it simply, but it's not that easy. You know what I mean? Like it ain't that easy.
It's simple, but it ain't easy.
Yeah, having a little ball coming 90 miles an hour at you in the field of play and you're only 60 feet away, it's not easy to field that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's so tough.
But yeah, so I stopped playing baseball my sophomore year because of that. So then I ended up running track, where I did pretty well. I ran the hurdles. I was exclusively a hurdler. I did the 110 hurdles and the 300 hurdles, and I loved it, even though it was literally the hardest thing I'd ever done. Especially the 300 hurdles, hardest races I've ever run in my entire life. At the end of those races, I would literally lay on the ground flat out for like 20, 30 minutes, just trying to catch my breath again.
Dang.
But I loved it. The adrenaline rush, the exhilaration that I got running hurdles was amazing. So, but that was my athletic experience in high school. Went on to play college football for a couple of years at Southwestern. And then I walked on at Angelo State. And then I left Angelo State, tried to go play at UTSA, but a lot of things happened with medical reasons that I ended up, my first year there, I didn't walk on because of medical reasons. Like I didn't have insurance, which I didn't know that. I didn't have primary healthcare insurance, which I never needed anywhere else. I didn't need it at Southwestern, and I didn't need it at Angelo State. So, literally the day before tryouts, they told me that I needed to have primary healthcare insurance, and I couldn't get it for like the next 10 days or something like that.
Yeah.
So I ended up not being able to walk on. And after that, I kind of just was like, well, I'm going to focus now just on school and football. I always believed in myself, being able to make it to the next level, but I always knew in my head that at the end of the day, I wanted to be a coach. So once that kind of happened, I kind of saw it as like the stars aligning, you know, and I was like, maybe this is the way it's just supposed to be. So I'm going to focus on my academics, going to get right with school. I'm going to finish, and I'm just going to go coach.
What was your major, Tony, and at San Angelo? And well, I mean, all through college, really.
So, man, you know, this is crazy. This goes into a completely different topic, so I won't touch too much on it. But I probably switched majors like 7 times between Southwestern and Angelo State. Yeah. I didn't really actually get set into my major until I got to UTSA. So my junior year was when I was really like, okay, this is what I want to do, right? Like, I want to get into sports management and I want to be a coach. My freshman year at Southwestern, I started off as kinesiology major. After my first week, I dropped out of that because I didn't like it. And I switched to political science. Then I switched out of that because I was like, yeah, screw this. This is not for me. Then I switched to math because I was really good at math and I liked it. But it was so damn boring. I was like, I'm definitely not doing this for the rest of my life. And then I went on to communications. So I went from communications at Southwestern, and then I transferred over to Angelo State, and that's what I did, communications there as well. And then again, I transferred to UTSA, and that's when I switched my major again to sports management. So I didn't actually end up finishing. I dropped out after my junior year. Again, financial reasons, you know, which is the case for a lot of people. The financial aspect of university life is outrageous. No, so, you know, I was hella in debt, and I still had at least another 1.5 to 2 years because I switched my major. And ultimately I just decided it wasn't worth it. And I was like, you know, if I do it, I'll come back later on when I, you know, can save up some money and do this the right way. But as of, you know, at the time I was like, I'm not trying to go $100,000 in debt and have to pay that back for the rest of my life. So I ended up just dropping out after my junior year, came back home. And so, yeah, that's kind of that right there.
Okay, perfect. So that's going to segue right into this second quarter. If you just now tuning in, Real Spill DJL.
The Kid Raw.
And we got our guest, Tony Cabral, on. And this second quarter is going to lead us right into that. And this is really why I want to have you on. Because every time I'm scrolling down, I don't know about you, Rob, but every time I'm scrolling down any of my little timelines on whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
I wouldn't know. I'm always in Facebook jail.
Everybody is talking about the stock market. Oh, I'm doing. It's like all I see is stocks. Somebody talking about stocks. This,
like
that,
Forex or something
coin,
like that.
All kind of stuff. So it's just like everybody's in it now. So it's like, Tony, tell us what you into these days.
Right. Is Bitcoin worth it? Is all this stuff worth it?
There you go.
That's great. 100%. And honestly, I think the sooner that you learn about it, the better off you'll be. You know, a lot of people. So I don't invest in the stock market at all. I'm not a stock person. I don't do that. Similar to the foreign exchange market, which is what I trade in. But it's different.
Tell us the difference.
So, I mean, with the stock market, you look at certain companies, you look at their projects, you look at their potential, who's behind them, who's backing them. Like, is it going to increase, you know, like Tesla? Is Tesla going to go to the moon, or is it going to crash because Elon Musk keeps crashing rockets? Like, what is going to happen with Tesla? You know, Apple, all these different innovations are coming up. And, you know, a lot of people, the way that they try and get into the stock market is by finding penny stocks and hoping that they blow up, which is just, it's really hard to do. And it's really hard to find.
They got a movie about it. It's called with Leonardo.
Wolf of Wall Street.
It's called The Wolf of Wall Street.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Scammed that they money for that.
Yeah, well, now Leonardo or Wolf of Wall Street, obviously he was doing it illegally, completely illegally. But yeah, so I don't really get into the stock market. And to tell you the difference, so the reason that I actually like the foreign exchange market better, for one, you don't have to know kind of really any of that stuff. The news is your friend, of course. Like, there's stuff that goes on economically all the time that will help you better determine what's going to happen in the foreign exchange market. But the major difference is the amount of money that is put through the foreign exchange market as opposed to the stock market. I believe the stock market has something like, $270 billion running through it on a daily basis, whereas the foreign exchange market has about $7.6 trillion running through it every single day on a daily basis.
So when you say the foreign exchange market, is that just like everybody else as opposed to just?
So yeah, so
Okay.
pretty much it's like you think of all the major players, the Great British Pound, the dollar, the
Yen.
the Australian dollar, the
Definitely,
euro,
yeah.
the Swiss franc, um, which one's it? The Japanese yen, and the Chinese what is the Chinese yuan, something like that. I don't really mess with that one, but you know it's in there. So there's like 8 major currencies that are traded against each other every day. And so that's what I do is the foreign exchange market, you're trading currencies against each other. So you're basically determining whether the dollar is going to be stronger than the euro is going to be stronger than the pound's going to be stronger than the yen stronger than the dollar, et cetera, you know, and you make money based on whether it goes up or it goes down.
Where's the dollar
now,
at? Where's the U.S. dollar at these days?
So right now, actually, as it stands, the dollar is so actually, I believe it's today, the non-farm payroll came out and it was lower than what they anticipated. And unemployment was higher than was anticipated. So it's looking like the dollar is actually going to be taking a major hit over the coming weeks.
Is it still top 10? Is the U.S. dollar still top 10?
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
of course.
okay.
You know, the dollar is still probably the most universally accepted currency. You know, the euro is not as strong as I think the pound. Yeah, the pound is stronger than the dollar. And I think the Australian dollar is like kind of neck and neck with it. But it's the pound and the US dollar are
okay.
1 and 2.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. But again, you know, it's not really about what is the top currency, you know, because the thing that I love about the foreign exchange market is you can make money whether the currency is weak or whether the currency is strong. So I make trades based on whether it's going to go up or down. So I can play both sides of it.
Perfect.
So if I think the dollar is going to be stronger today, but the euro is going to be stronger tomorrow, I'll take trades on the dollar today and take trades on the euro tomorrow. So I'll sell the dollar tomorrow, buy the dollar today, type thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, I feel you. So it's still the stock market. It's just not the U.S. stock market. I got you.
So it's the same structure, right? So the way that price action happens and the structure is formed in the stock market and in the currency exchange market is all the same. Now, like I said, there are economic and little political differences between the two. Which actually are major. They're not little. They're major differences. I personally find that, I think that the stock market is harder to trade in just because, like I said, there's not as much volume. Sure. And finding that diamond in the rough is a lot harder. Whereas with the foreign exchange market, you don't have to find a diamond in the rough at all. You can trade on any day, on any given basis, as long as you keep up with the news and you understand, what is going on. The other thing that I love to do right now, which is what I'm really, 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 really big into, is cryptocurrency.
Talk about it.
So a lot of people are starting to hear about, Bitcoin, Ethereum, even smaller coins like XRP, Shiba, SafeMoon.
Tell us about Dogecoin, because I've been hearing a lot about that one.
Yeah.
Which one?
Dogecoin.
Is it Doge?
Doge?
Doge.
Okay.
Doge.
I thought it was Doge.
Doge is a meme coin.
Meme coin. Okay, that's what
which is so. The reason I've had people hit me up about, like we should invest in Doge. We should invest in Doge. No, you shouldn't. Don't invest in Doge. Doge is a pump and dump coin that Elon Musk loves to play with. And the reason that he does that because he can pump the price to make a lot of money, and then he can dump the price, buy it back super low, and then pump it again.
Because he's buying in such large quantities, right?
Right.
Well, but then also people, 95% of people in the currency market and the foreign exchange market lose. 95% of traders lose because they don't really know what they're doing. And they follow the advice of people like Elon Musk, who doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about whether you're making or losing money. He cares about his money or his pockets being lined. You know what I mean? Right. So of course he's gonna say things that is gonna drive the price way down.
Right.
So that way he can buy it at a super low price and he can buy millions and millions of dollars worth of it, and then it pumps up. He makes billions of dollars off of it, and then he withdraws all his money. He does it all the time.
That's tough.
And he's done the same thing with Bitcoin. I don't know if y'all have kept up at all.
Yeah.
But Bitcoin dropped what, like 10% over
it took
since yesterday.
Drop.
Yeah.
And that was simply because Elon Musk tweeted #Bitcoin with a heartbreak emoji.
Yeah, that was I think that tweet was about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
If not longer.
So literally just a couple of days ago, Bitcoin plummeted, right? And it plummeted back because it was at about 40,000 and it plummeted back down to like 34,000. You know, of course, it reached its all-time high at 60.
Right.
And this is why a lot of people lose money, right? Because when Bitcoin was at $60,000, everybody's like, oh my God, Bitcoin is going to hit 100,000, right? Yes, it will, but it ain't going to do it right now. And a lot of people don't understand market structure. The way that Bitcoin happened is it increased so much. It went from $19,000 in January to $60,000 in April, right? That's a dramatic increase, an extremely dramatic increase, and it can't sustain for that long. The way it goes, what goes up must come down, right? So when people saw it hitting at 60,000, everybody's like, yo, I got to buy in before it hits 100,000. It's what we as traders call FOMO, which is fear of missing out. People are afraid of missing out on Bitcoin's price going to the stars. So they want to buy in and buy in and buy in. And that's how they get you. Because as soon as everybody's buying in like that, what happened? Bitcoin's price dropped
because that's
50%.
So, question: what is making that drop? Because I heard about Bitcoin about 5 years ago, and I should have bought in then. But what makes a stock drop or go down? What makes a coin more valuable, and what makes it drop? And how do you convert that into currency that you can actually spend? I hear a lot of people say, I got a lot of crypto money, I got a lot of money online, but can you use it to pay your bills? That's what I need to know.
Yeah. So for sure. So the thing is that to answer that question first, whenever you make money, whether it's in the cryptocurrency or whether it's in, regular currencies, they are compatible in the fact that so if I withdraw money from my trading account, I withdraw it into Bitcoin, but I can transfer it into US dollars.
Right.
So just like anything else, there's a ratio. There's a ratio for Bitcoin to dollar, dollar to Bitcoin, Bitcoin to Ethereum, Ethereum to Bitcoin, Ethereum to dollar, et cetera, right?
Right.
So it's just, you just withdraw it, it transfers to your bank the way it does. The current exchange rate, I think, is obviously $1 is worth, one Bitcoin is worth $36,000. So Bitcoin's store value is a lot higher than the dollar is.
Right. And I believe with Bitcoin, how it goes is it's a limited amount of Bitcoin as it is. It's only a few million amount, and they're not making more of it. So therefore, the value of it is always going to continuously grow.
100%. And that's the thing. That's the difference between Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Doge has an unlimited supply. There is no supply limit on Dogecoin. So the value of it is never going to get as high as Bitcoin. It's not even going to come close. It's not even going to be a fraction.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because right now, I think Dogecoin is, I don't even think it's at a full 5 cents yet, right?
It's not.
I don't think it's at 5 cents yet.
Doge?
Is it at 5 cents yet?
It's at what is it at right now? I was just looking at it actually. I think it's at 34 cents.
Wow, is it really? Okay.
It was. So y'all want to hear some crazy stuff?
Yes.
So back before I actually even knew anything about the foreign exchange market, I had heard about Dogecoin, and I bought in. I bought $400 worth of Dogecoin when it was less than 4 cents, and I sold it when it got to 8 cents because I made about $1,500 off of it.
Yeah.
If I would have held it until now, I would damn near be a millionaire.
Wow.
That's the
I'd
thing
be very
people
close
don't.
to being a millionaire.
That's one of the things people don't understand about the stock market. You don't win or lose. You can see it going down all the way or up all the way. You don't win or lose until you cash out.
Right.
Until you press the button and say, okay, you lock it in. Nothing's happened. So that's
right.
because a stock.
Ultimately, you determine your fate for sure.
Exactly, because you got to make that call. At the end of the day, it can go all the way up, it can go all the way down, but you ain't lost $1 yet until you lock it in. So that's
Right.
that's the thing.
And
about
also,
it,
I mean, I think you profit more off selling early. Like people get they get like that FOMO. Oh, the feeling missing out. I don't want to hold on too long, and then it plummets, and I make nothing. But you'll make way more money selling early before you selling
it
late.
depends on the stock.
I'm just saying in generalities, just you're gonna make way more money selling too early than selling too late.
Not on a blue
Every
chip.
time.
Not on a blue chip. You won't.
It depends. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, right now, like for example, you know, when XRP crashed, or I mean not XRP, well XRP did crash as well, but when Bitcoin crashed, the reason so many people are losing money right now is because when it started crashing, you know, it got down to 40,000. Then everybody's like, oh shit, I need to sell all my currency before I lose any money, right?
When in reality,
so
that's what you should be buying.
they sell it, but not understanding that what is it doing? It's just correcting itself,
That's
right?
it.
It went up for so long, it had to come back down and correct itself because there has to be a balance.
Right.
There was an imbalance because of how, like I said, how fast and how much Bitcoin went up. There was an imbalance in the market. So the market has always got to come and balance itself back out. So it came back all the way down to about 30,000. I think it hit just at 30,000, which I don't know if y'all saw any of my stories or anything, but I literally called from about 47,000. I literally said Bitcoin is going to hit 30,000, and then we're going to load it for buys and we're going to take it back up.
Yep, that's how it's
going. It literally, no bullshit, touched $29,800 and then shot back up to about 34,000.
It's money to be made. It is money to be made.
Certainly.
But the thing is that it's not as easy as just buying high and selling low. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. The reason 95% of people lose in the trading market is because they don't understand how the banks work, right? At the end of the day, banks are what control the market in the foreign exchange market. Not so much right now in the crypto market because it's unregulated, right? Which is why everybody is really pushing for cryptocurrency because it's going to be unregulated. Decentralized finance is what it's called, DeFi, which means that banks can't control it, politics can't control it, government can't control it. So it's purely controlled by the people, essentially, and the major holders of Bitcoin and all these currencies. So that's right now. I tell people this all the time. We're in the greatest shift in generational wealth in our civilization's history.
Right.
We're going to slowly, I mean, I say slowly, actually, it's going to be pretty rapidly. We're going to phase out fiat currency. Now it'll be intertwined with cryptocurrency. It'll never be, I don't think it'll ever be completely rid of, but we are slowly but surely phasing fiat currency out of civilization. Because cryptocurrency really is the next wave. It's the new thing that's coming, and it's going to be the thing that's here to stay.
I was going to say, do you think there's going to ever be a point in our lifetimes? I know it's going to happen in our lifetimes where there's a one world currency.
No.
No, it's okay.
I don't think honestly, I don't think that'll ever happen.
No, I don't think it's possible.
I don't think that'll ever happen. There's
too many. It's gonna be one of the Bitcoins, I promise y'all.
People are too combative.
There's too much greed in people. That'll never happen.
Definitely. There's so many different languages, so many different people we can't get black people to agree on anything. You think we're gonna get the whole world to agree on something? The whole world? Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it very seriously.
At the end of the day, greed is what drives people. Which again, another thing that people have to get over is because that's the reason when they get into the foreign exchange market, they lose because they're greedy.
Yeah.
You have to learn to take what you're given, right? Which is, I can say personally, I can give you like a little rundown of my personal story so far with Forex. When I started, of course, as DJL knows, I joined IM Academy, which is essentially it's a multi-level marketing platform. And again, I was very new. I had no idea what trading was. I had no idea what the foreign exchange market was at all when I joined the IM Academy. I joined because one of my really good friends, he had joined, and he is a successful entrepreneur himself.
You ain't gonna shout him out?
I'm sorry?
You ain't gonna shout him out?
Yeah, shout out Edonis for sure. Edonis, he manages. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of King Savage.
Yeah.
He's a local artist out of Austin. Edonis is his manager. They just signed a huge deal. So congrats to them.
Shout out.
Yeah, so Udonis is actually the one that I saw, just like what I do, posting on my story, my profits and all that kind of stuff. He had initially posted that on a story, and I was like, yo, what are you doing, man? I see you making like $300 in 5 minutes. I see you making $400 in 10 minutes. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I got to get into that.
Right.
And what he was doing, of course, was binary options, which is different than regular Forex. So there's different types of Forex trading. There's binary options, which is either you win or you lose. There's no margin for error, right? You either win at a certain time period or you lose at a certain time period. Whereas in the foreign exchange market, you can hold your positions. You can go into debt. Really, you can lose like $200-$300, but still hold a position.
What's crazy about Forex people? They aggressive. They worse than these OnlyFans girls. They be trying to put a strangle on you. Join Forex. They be putting it in your face.
No. See, and that is where the misconception is, right? And that's what everybody thinks, and that's why everybody thinks Forex is a scam. Is because of MLMs, of multi-level marketing businesses like I Am Academy. Like I told DJL earlier, there's a lot of things that I learned about the academy that I didn't know when I first joined. The CEO, Chris Terry, literally had a business shut down for being a Ponzi scheme. One of its top officials, Alex Morton, had the business that he was previously involved in was shut down for being a pyramid scheme. And David Imanitier was also part of a company that was shut down for being a Ponzi scheme. So the top 3 people running this company are all previously part of pyramid or Ponzi scheme businesses, right? Wow. Which I didn't know that before. And for those people who don't know what that is, it means essentially there's one person at the top and you recruit people below you. Those people will get other people, and all of those earnings come to you. Correct. In some way. Not the full, you don't get the full earnings, right? So technically, everybody kind of benefits, but really there's one person at the top benefiting the most. Right. And now you can argue corporations are set up the same way, but it's different. Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's the same, but it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Let me speed us up a little bit, Tony, because we spent a good chunk of time on that. Let me get us to our third quarter.
I got one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you listen to Money Man, Tony?
You literally could have did that in this segment.
Negative.
Okay. All right, never mind then, because that's all I know about cryptocurrency. Listen to Money Man.
Okay, we good. But we're in the third quarter now, so this is the sports entertainment. This would have been perfect to start the segment, but okay.
Yeah,
I got one.
Right.
I really thought you was gonna ask something. I'm sick of it. You should have just asked it. But okay, ask that question. Now I want to know what the question was.
Does he listen to Money Man?
Oh, that was the question?
Yeah, he talks about cryptocurrency in his raps. And I'll be wondering, is he accurate? Yeah.
Hey, man, there's a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, you know, like you said, Kevin Garnett, Floyd Mayweather,
also, Floyd Mayweather does make investments.
I mean, not Kevin Love. Kevin Hart. There's several people, several celebrities that are now getting into the foreign exchange market because they see the power of what it can do for your money. For sure.
You always hear about Floyd investments, but we never know what they are.
Speaking of Floyd, I'm glad you said that. Speaking of Floyd, how do you feel about these? I don't even know if I could call them fights. These charades he's putting on. Okay. These exhibitions he's putting on. How do you feel about that when there's a guy like Pacquiao who's around the same age and he's fighting real fighters, real like top contender dudes right now?
I feel like Floyd Mayweather is a billionaire for a reason.
Got you.
That's all it is. It's purely for entertainment.
You gonna watch it?
Do I take this? Huh?
You gonna watch it? Logan? Floyd?
I'm not gonna pay for it.
You're not gonna okay.
Yeah, I might watch it the next day or something. I'm not gonna pay to watch that.
Who do you got winning?
I pay bro. Floyd, of course, 100%. Jake Paul is not a real boxer, bro. He's okay. He's solid, bro.
Who said he's solid? Okay. Where are we getting this from? He's even solid. I've seen him fight one time, and I've seen him lose.
You won't fight people that can actually box because he's not a boxer, bro.
But Logan has only had one fight.
He's an entertainer.
He's only had one fight. You thinking about Jake. You thinking about Jake, his little brother. But Logan has only had one fight.
Oh, yeah.
And he lost to the other YouTuber.
Did I say Logan? I meant to say Jake.
KSI. Shout out to KSI, man. You
Yeah.
doing your thing, okay, boy. I'm proud of you.
Okay,
But
yeah,
I
right.
mean, he had one fight and he lost to a
Yeah.
YouTuber.
No, you're right. I was
Yeah,
thinking Jake.
I know you
Jake,
was. That's the fight
Jake,
that should have
again.
happened. It should have been Jake versus Floyd if he was gonna fight a
Yeah.
YouTuber.
Yeah.
Man, Floyd trying to get that bag.
You gonna get
Easy
a bigger bag with Jake than Logan. Like I said, Logan has
But
fought
I
one
mean,
I
time.
think he's gonna fight
essentially,
both.
They're brothers,
Yeah.
bro. Like they're both. You know,
He gonna
wealthy
double dip.
individuals.
Fight the one that's
They're gonna get
sizzling
money
first,
regardless.
though.
Double
He's,
dip.
you know, I saw an interview. Floyd said he's already made $30 million just off of this with sponsorships, endorsements.
Bro, why do you think he fought Conor McGregor? It was not because Conor McGregor is a boxer, bro. It was
But
because
Conor McGregor
and
was
him put a $100
legit.
million purse together.
Conor McGregor was legit though. Like people really
was
want to
nice.
see that. Who was
Well,
asking?
he
for
really
this?
wasn't nice at all. If you go back and watch the fight,
Conor
he
ain't
really
nice
wasn't.
with the hands.
No,
No,
not as
he's
a boxer. No,
He's nice in the cage.
The first 3 rounds, he was
he's not a
on
boxer,
Floyd.
no.
Not a
I just
boxer.
watched it.
He
He
lost.
was on
He's
Floyd.
not a
The first
boxer.
3 rounds, he was on Floyd. He got tired. That's what it was. Cause
Bro,
He got
UFC
embarrassed.
you
is
can't sit there,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Okay, you
Go ahead.
are. I feel like you are an avid boxing fan.
pretty.
You cannot
had
sit
these
there and tell
discussions.
me that Conor McGregor looked like he belonged in that ring.
The first 3 rounds he did, Tony.
No, he
Just
did
the
not.
first.
The
No,
fight
he
went
won
10
the first
rounds. What
3
about the other
rounds.
7? What
Okay,
about-
No, he did
them
not.
other 7. Look. That is where it stopped. The first 3 rounds.
I mean, you look good for 3. Like
That's the thing. That because
But that
goes
and
back to
Floyd
your
knows
point,
that,
Tony.
bro. Floyd knows that
Exactly.
Conor cannot hang with him.
and I
bro.
didn't. It's not like I had Conor win. I don't know anybody who personally had Conor winning that fight. So
I know a lot of people for whatever.
I wish
reason.
I knew the
Asinine.
folks you knew because I would have came up a whole lot.
I know.
I
bro.
didn't know
should've-
them
I should've
people.
bet on it, to be
I just
honest.
didn't know
should've
those
bet on
people.
that.
If
me neither. Didn't
if
nobody want
only-
to bet me.
like,
I put
literally.
up like a band and no one wanted to bet me.
Anybody, I was like, whatever. Cause like you just said, and UFC is so different. You could go out and give your all. It's only gonna be a few rounds. Usually, it's not gonna go to.
But you got to
distance.
deal with kicks. You got to deal with takedowns. You got to deal with
But
knees
you-
to the head. Like you got to deal with all kinds of
Exactly.
elbows. Right? Like there's so much to look out for.
So that's why I figured, okay, Floyd is gonna beat him, but I thought it was gonna go to distance. I didn't think
Never.
it went the distance.
No, it didn't. He got
It
stopped.
did.
It went 10 rounds.
No, he did not.
10
He got
rounds
stopped.
is the
He got
distance.
stopped. He got stopped.
It
got
went
stopped.
damn near the whole way.
The distance is ending the fight and go to the scores
He didn't
table.
end the fight.
He
He
got
called the fight.
stopped.
It was a 10-round fight and he lost
You know
in the
why?
10.
Because Conor McGregor was.
It was-
shaking
He
around
got
the ring.
stopped.
He was running
He was
around
gonna
the
get
ring.
knocked out.
He was definitely gonna get knocked
He
out.
was gonna get knocked out.
But when I
For
say
sure.
the distance, it was a 10-round fight. Floyd knocked him out in the 10th round.
TKO.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm.
Early though. Early.
Okay, it
He
went.
really could have won the ninth.
You can't say early if it went the whole way.
It was like a minute into, bro, and Floyd wasn't even breathing heavy. He could have probably gone another 3 or 4 rounds, bro. To be honest,
Floyd killed him.
I
That fight.
think so.
That fight
Floyd's
wasn't close.
stamina is like ridiculous.
Unreal.
It's
Unreal.
unmatchable. We've never seen nobody who is even close to it. So it's like,
as far as, bro, I think honestly, I feel like this fight that he's about to do right now is so bad for boxing. I feel like it's
okay,
so bad.
Why?
that's what I really want to get at.
Why is it bad for
I
boxing?
feel like it's so bad because it makes boxing look like a
But
joke. bro.
before we do that, Tony, real quick, what does that note say on the screen?
You gotta do 1 hour and a half.
No, we're good. We're about to get to it. But go ahead,
What
Tony.
Never mind. I got
Oh,
you.
Finish
I was
this
like,
one.
what are you- oh.
We'll wrap this up.
Cause bro, I think it makes boxing look like a joke. 100%, it does because he's not there. There's not real boxers fighting each other. These are entertainers fighting boxers.
Yeah, I feel you to that. I feel you to that point. We about to get in hurry up right here because we got like 5 more minutes. I want to get us out of here. But I feel that way. But at the same time, it's at least putting butts in the seats. You know, so it's kind of gaining that edge back on UFC. That UFC literally snatched from boxing. Because didn't nobody want to watch them. There's a couple boxing matches you want to watch, but those guys won't even fight each other because of contracts.
Bro,
You know,
I honestly feel like
managements.
I hate it because I feel like boxing was getting to a really, really good place with all these young boxers coming up.
and then
When
they
you got
won't fight each other,
Lomachenko,
though.
you got Teofimo Lopez, you have boxers like Tyson Fury.
Why
you
are
have
all
boxers-
those dudes ducking Devin Haney, Teofimo, Ryan
Devin Haney is
Garcia?
nice too. No,
They
Devin
ducked
Haney is
it.
another good one. First off, if anybody ever fights Lomachenko again, he's never gonna lose. I promise you, Loma will never lose again.
I
Loma
didn't
will
think
never
so. I
lose
thought
in
he
his
was on-
professional career again.
If he fights Devin Haney, he losing.
No, he
I
won't.
don't know,
Bro,
I don't know,
Bro, Loma would have knocked Teofimo Lopez out if it went one more round.
Let me get in
He would
hurry
have
up,
knocked
Tony.
Teofimo out.
I'm gonna get us through a couple sports right now in a few minutes. So, okay, boxing is what it is. I want to get your take on this though, since we are on boxing. We don't have time for that one because that one will go on. But NBA, you been watching playoff basketball so far?
Yeah, a little bit.
Who do you got winning it all? Tell me who you got
Man,
coming out the East. Tell me who you got coming out the West, and then the winner. That's all I need.
honestly, man, from what the Suns were putting out, I like the Suns.
To come out.
Bro,
I would love that for Chris
I
Paul.
really like the Jazz, bro.
Ooh, I like the Jazz too,
are,
and they're so slept
They're
on.
done.
Jazz are nice, bro.
They
They're
are.
smooth. They're really good offensively.
Donovan Mitchell
They don't
coming
miss.
back,
They move
too.
the ball around really well.
Okay. So you like the Jazz coming out the West?
I think so, man. I hope, to be honest, because I'm a Texas kid.
Yeah,
I hope the Mavs. I
No
hope
way.
Luka can pull
Luka's
it
a
out.
monster.
They're gonna win tonight.
Luka has got to be a one-man show pretty much throughout the entire rest of the playoffs.
We gotta go.
So I really feel like the Jazz could take it.
I hope so.
But I want the Mavs to win.
So you want Matt? Who? Tell me what you think, and then what you want coming out the West. So Utah is what you think. Mavs what you want. In the East, who do you think and who do you want?
I think it's the Suns, and I would like to see it be the Suns as well, because the Suns I feel like are a really complete team.
No, at the East. At the East.
Oh, I'm tripping.
So like the Nets, the Bucks.
I mean, yeah, you could say the Nets, bro. The Nets are the super team.
Yeah. So you
I feel like it's kind of hard to beat them, bro.
Facts.
Like you got KD, you got James Harden, bro. Like you got superstars all around.
No
Like,
reason for them to lose. I think injury is the only thing gonna plague them.
Yeah, that's the only thing I see. So you got
Certainly.
So do you got somebody you want out the East? You got a team you want out the East? I
Nah,
think
bro.
Trae
To
Young
be honest,
is left. Philly is
I
left.
really just want to see the Mavs take it.
Okay.
Either the Mavs or
that'd
the
be
Jazz. Those would be the two teams that I would
ahead,
like to see go all the way.
And DJL as my witness, I called Mavs and 6 over Clippers.
No, he definitely did. He did.
Mavs and 6 over Clippers. I didn't get a chance to get it on
We
wax,
didn't get it on
but
wax because we
scheduling crazy. But
Yeah.
tonight, Luka will end this.
I
Hey,
hope
that's a
so,
good call.
man.
That's a solid call, bro.
Go give him
Luka's a
40.
different animal,
That's
man. Luka's
huge.
different.
Give him
Luka's
40.
Okay,
different.
football. Let everybody know your team. We only got a couple minutes left. We literally got 2-3.
You already
minutes
know
left.
I'm rocking with my boys, baby.
What you think they're
Feel
gonna do
that.
this year? I'm a Cowboys fan too.
All right, let's
What
go
you
and wrap
think they
this
do
up.
year? What you think they do this year?
Oh, we're going all the way. You already know this, baby. We're Super Bowl bound.
Okay.
Come on now.
See, this is why it's hard to
Come
be
on
a
now.
rational Cowboys fan. People like this.
Oh my god!
If we could just get to the conference championship, I would
Can
be
y'all
happy.
get to the playoffs?
We'll get to the playoffs
I
this
think
year. I'll
I
guarantee
think
it.
if we can get past the divisional, we'll man, bro.
See,
I
it's
really
tough.
feel like if we can get past the divisional, we'll go all the way. We'll at least make it. I think we'll at least make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay,
But
on
we
that
gotta
note,
get past the divisional.
I got you on hurry up now. Who's the GOAT of basketball? And then I'm gonna ask you who's the GOAT of football.
LeBron.
Okay, who's the GOAT of
That's
football?
Tom Brady. 100%.
Shouldn't have
Okay.
took you that long.
Tony, I'm glad we got to have you on, man. I know we was running a little behind, but it all worked out. I'm glad we got to talk for stocks as long as we did, because
Certainly.
that's huge, man. That's gonna change people's lives, and I know that's one of your biggest slogans. Hey, you doing this, you doing that. Y'all more worried about this than your own pockets.
Facts.
Tap in with me,
You
man.
know,
I'll
tap in
teach
with-
you how to create
exactly.
generational wealth. That's the
Exactly.
way we're on now. Is creating generational wealth, not just now.
And I do appreciate you for that. That's why I really wanted to have you on, because I know you know your sports. You trying to put money in people's pockets, trying to do it the right way.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna get with you. I'm gonna drop all the places they could reach you. You go ahead and tell them that now while we wrapping up. Let them know what social medias you be on.
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram. I believe my Instagram is AntonioC1307. I'm on Facebook, Tony Cabral. I don't do really Twitter like that. Snapchat, you can reach me at Tony_Cabral13. So yeah, hit me up, bro. Y'all can always hit me up on any platform. I'll reach out. Anybody that reaches out, I'm more than willing to sit down and discuss it with you, because, I truly think this is the sooner you get on this, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Right. Well, man, it was a pleasure having you on, Tony. Like I said, you brought an
Always.
insight that I was really interested about, because I knew you was in the stock market, but I knew it wasn't the general stock market, like the American one.
Yes, foreign exchange market.
Exactly, the foreign exchange market, and I'm not familiar with that one, so I'm glad
Yeah.
I got to get some insight, and everybody else did as well, man.
Yes, sir.
It's so good being back on here with Ra.
Yes,
It's
sir.
been a minute,
Back.
schedules.
Yeah, man. Y'all keep doing y'all's thing. I love what y'all are doing, man. For real.
Appreciate
Appreciate
that.
you.
For real. We definitely gonna have you back on to get some more sports topics in. If y'all don't know, I got a gaming channel now. I'm gonna drop the link there. I'm gonna drop Tony stuff
Real
too.
still.
Real Spill DJ. I've been going
follow
crazy.
my boy. Get right.
I've been going crazy on Twitch. Y'all keep supporting, liking, sharing. I really should have put this on Twitch too. But yeah, we gonna get to it. The road to partnership right now, definitely in the works. Man, a lot of stuff cooking. We gonna start getting back to y'all now because that's
certainly.
I feel like I got a firm foot on the Twitch thing, so we gonna get back to our grind. But appreciate everybody from day one. If you just started watching yesterday,
appreciate you too.
Appreciate you too.
Come
Tony,
on in, tell a friend.
Like I said, I like that. Tony, it's been a pleasure having you on, man. Nothing but peace and positivity to you. Who did you say I got it from? Logic?
I hate him.
All right, man. But Tony, be easy. Hey, if you tuned in, hey, you take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Y'all too.
All right.
Salud.
Peace.